toward the east. So it's north. Everything not that out. Yeah, man. Hot fire. By the Spirit, I'm thinking this way. Huh? Say by the Spirit, I'm calling this way, baby. Yep. I'll go exactly the right way, bro. Hey, Rob. What's this? North, south, east. Okay. That's by the Spirit. Her dress pretty much the color of fire. You know what I'm saying? That blood color. On fire. That's the flame. You know? If you don't wake up, you're gonna be on fire. Alright. You can start off by giving all honor, praise, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahak, Kodash, Rakah. Alright? So we back out here again, man. You know, as things are unfolding, prophecy unfolding, you know, brothers should be increasing by the Spirit. It said that, you know, the house of David gonna wax stronger and stronger, man. You know, so as you're working out through the Spirit, because this is a workout, it's a trial of our faith, which is a trial of our strength. In that process, you build more muscle. You know what I'm saying? In that process, you build more strength, aka more. You're able to endure longer. So that's why the house of David, throughout that same process, that rigorous process, is going to be able to wax stronger and stronger. And those of the house of Saul are going to wax weaker and weaker, which is the 2/3, man. They way will be no more, man. Things they doing is played out, etc. So we just gonna tie this. It's pretty much by the Spirit. So as brothers can see the lesson, you know, all we need to do is see the ball go in. Me and the Octon was sitting here talking, and it's like when Steph Curry came into the league for the first time. Everybody knew he was a premier shooter, pretty much. He was a shooter or whatever. But it took him time before he built up to the elite shooter he is now, the deadly shooter he is now. And it started off with people just simply knowing him, simply being good at shooting, can make some shots, and then he ended up having more shown to him when he had the breakout game in the Madison Square Garden, when he went off for all those threes or whatever. So they call it in basketball, for brothers that may be familiar with basketball, the sisters, all they need to do is see the ball go in. Because when that happens, you know, you're able to grow confidence. You know what I'm saying? And you end up, basically your confidence is pretty much faith. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much one and the same. But when your confidence is built, now you have more faith in your belief and what you doing. You know what I'm saying? So after that, he like, man, I'm finna start shooting more. You know what I'm saying? By the Spirit, in comparison with us, he gets hotter. But before we get to that point, the ball going in will be likened unto us seeing what we doing is working. Let's get the one that beat it to air. First Corinthians. You know what? Let's actually start with let's start with that. First, I got it. First Corinthians. First Corinthians 9:26, and it reads, it says, let me start at 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible. So yeah, we're using the example of Steph Curry. You know, spiritually, he's trying to achieve and have his faith boosted based off the things he's seeing he does to work in his game of basketball, right? In his race, if you will, in his fight, if you will, to be the best basketball player, to receive a corruptible crown, which would be the NBA championship. But we trying to receive that incorruptible crown, which is the crown from Yahushua, man. That those heavy crowns, man. That's gonna be decked out more than likely, man. Or they will be decked out, and that comes with immortality. That comes with being beamed up when America is destroyed. That's what we're fighting for. That's the reward you get when you come into this league. And your job is a player. It's the first. Let's get that. You know, because the spirit, it moves around. 2 Corinthians 4:13. It says, we having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believe, and therefore have I spoken. We also believe, and therefore speak. Now, so like I was saying, our job is just to simply, when you come into the truth, which is likened unto a rookie going into the NBA for the first time, he wouldn't enter if he didn't believe. And he's going to show that he believed by what he do, which is entering, showing up to practice, and doing what he needs to do to pretty much get playing time at his position with his coach. Just likened unto when we come into this truth, we show we believe because we come in. The Father allows us to come in. We do what we need to do. We learn the scriptures. We fast. We repent. And then eventually, the Father gives us playing time so we can eventually, furthermore, get more playing time at our position. You know what I'm saying? The Father can give us that increase. Now, from that point on, all you need to do, you get some touches now. You get some touches. Now, the Father, all you need is the player now, like the players in the league. All you need as a servant of the Lord now is to see what you doing work, aka see the ball go in. You know what I'm saying? All you need to do is see that ball go in. Soon as you see what you doing is working, the work you put in is paying off, your faith should increase. That's what should happen. All right. This is 1 Corinthians 9:26. I therefore so run. Not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air, because no one wants to be. Boxers don't sign up to just spar, not even just spar. Shadow box, they want to actually hit something. You know, they don't learn hooks to miss. You know what I'm saying? They don't go train with the greats to be the next greats. You know, I go train with Oscar De La Hoya. He teaches me the hook or something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm never able to see that hook land. You know what I'm saying? Hit a dang target. So that would defeat the purpose. But once I go and do that with him, and I get in the ring, and I use that same hook that I've been working on with him, I throw that hook and it lands. Oh, from that point on, that's when greats start being made, man. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're going to achieve what you came into this for. You know what I'm saying? All right, so that's pretty much, you know, where the spirit was at today.
I got a scripture.
Go ahead, brother.
Like the race.
Go on.
This is Hebrews 12:1. It says, wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
You want to expound on that?
No, that's it. I mean, once you're hot, the team, the Most High is gonna start drawing up plays for you, and then your only mission is to complete the job, and that's that.
Right, like that. You run a play. You running a play is really because you learned the play and you know it, so it's practice. So like the brother said, we learn the scriptures, and we come out here and we recite them, and we doing the work, and that's our ongoing job, and it only gets better. So once you land that first punch, hit that first shot, yeah, etc. Whatever beat, so whatever whatever lot you in, it turns into more, you know. It also turns into like a hunger, you know.
And the Warriors, they go by like the motto of strength and numbers.
Right.
You know, everybody got their own lot. So if everybody plays their own part correctly, which is the championship, which is the kingdom, you know, and the truth.
One more time when that brother was appointed, I want to do it real quick.
Hebrews 12:1. Wherefore, seeing we also witnesses, let us lay aside every weight.
Now, real quick, what is witnesses? Witnesses is just proof. You know what I'm saying? So it's proof what you're doing is working when you see the ball going. You know what I'm saying? When you see you apply Matthew 5:25, and cops can't do nothing against you no more. It's like ever since you learned that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's like Steph Curry hitting his first couple shots. Little light things you learn. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, brother. So it's proof now.
Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us. And
to further expound on it, so when you finally apply your first learned something you've been working on, okay, I learned Matthew 5:25. Let me work on it by when I get in these situations, apply it. When you see it work, that's likened to when a shooter shoot his shot and it go in. When Steph Curry when he start first shooting those threes, you know what I'm saying? And they start going in, he like, okay, how I'm shooting it work. This form I'm using, this type of release, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep going, bro. You got it.
And let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
So now that's the key thing. You just got to stay patient. Some men lose patience and they fall out. They don't see the fruit of their craft, the fruit of their labor they've been putting in. You got to wait around for it. It's like you don't plant a garden and plant seeds and you just, in a few days or a couple weeks, you give up. It's a process, man. You just got to keep doing the labor. Now, once you finally start to see that plant grow, you're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. So that's likened unto the same thing. When you shoot that shot and you see it go in. So now you're going to stay with it. But you got it. The key thing to this is having patience, man. Just have patience. That's all endeavor we on. You know? Every brother individually in this lot, we a team, man. From state to state. From coast to coast. From continent to continent. Because the Israelites are scattered everywhere. Just play your part, man. Play the role that you play. You were made to play. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, well, I ain't gonna go that far. But was that it on that, brother?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we got the other scriptures, we can bring the other scriptures out. So yeah, man, that is gonna just take patience. It's like when you know, that's pretty much it. Let's get the other scriptures.
I got Acts 1:7.
Perfect.
It says, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power, but ye shall receive power.
Right.
After that, the Holy Spirit is come upon you.
Now the key thing with that is not for us to know the seasons. Seasons revolve around time. We can link that real quick with Ecclesiastes 3:1. If a brother can get that, Baba Kushah. Seasons revolve around time. And in time, there's waiting, aka patience. Some people, everybody waits, but everybody during waiting don't have patience. You know what I'm saying? And with not having patience during that time period that's playing out, that wait that you gotta wait regardless. You know what I'm saying? Those that don't have patience tend to act certain ways, and it makes their experience during the waiting period
a lot longer.
Right.
Say when you're having a long day, the day's not really long. Like it's just only 24 hours according to like Esau's, clock. But
yeah, it's just how you thinking.
Kinda.
Yeah. Like occupy yourself, man. Don't be idle.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how a lot of Jays go get shot in the hood because they be idle.
They be idle.
You know?
We discussed that. Like Jay could be on the same exact block at the same time, doing the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Every week, every day, on and on.
Right.
And that's the same Jake who's vulnerable to get hit from his so-called ops. You know what I'm saying? That's what be happening.
And there's nothing wrong with and that's a good point too, because he said he's doing the same thing. The point of the matter when we eventually get to the end of this is to see increase important. You know what I'm saying? You eventually gotta step up the regimen.
Right.
Once you master 10 reps 3 times, three sets of 10 reps, that's a signal that it's time for you to increase, because you're not gonna get nothing out of that anymore. And at that point, you really are just being idle, because you're really not doing nothing no more. And your muscles show you that, because you throw it, and then you end up losing some of the gain you got, or you never end up growing anymore. So that's likened unto us. Once it's time for you to increase on something. Oh, this mug on 5%, man. That's crazy. This mug on 5. Whose phone is this? Your phone? I'm on 5%. You ain't got no charger. This crazy, man. You shouldn't even threw this up here then. Dang. So I could have threw the tablet up, but then that still wouldn't have worked, because then you have to stream the hotspot. You know what I'm saying? But that's why, by the Spirit, this is why this is important, because this isn't gonna be long anyway, so we can just wrap it up in a second. So pretty much that's why brothers got to be locked in and focused, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
recording or
he come past, man.
all right, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man.
But that's why you want to make sure you got and that patience causes for what? Laser sharp focus. Let's get that 1 Corinthians 7 and where it says attend upon the Lord without distraction. Mine up there. Mine ain't my damn camera. Let me see though. As soon as you get distracted, it mess up an increase you probably could have made that day or that week. You know what I'm saying? And you end up. That's how locked in these great players be. You know what I'm saying? How Kawhi Leonard, he had sit out that whole season, because he paid attention to something, was like, it's better for me to sit out and not come back and play for you, Spurs, even though he was trying to leave. But to where if he did that, that would cause him to basically lose focus. And that time period was a waiting period for him, because he wasn't even playing for like basically the whole season. And he was able to see. Patience is a beautiful thing, because it allows you to see things, you know what I'm saying, and gain insight on what you probably lacking or could do better. So he was able to see through that waiting period with having patience. It's better for me to just sit out the whole time. And Pop was talking about he was basically only trying to leave, you know what I'm saying? But what he ended up doing, ended up working out in his favor. He ended up winning the championship the next, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And now he's on the Clippers. It's crazy. He got everything he wanted. And so actually that was like unto him seeing his ball going. That was a shot, because we spiritually, metaphorically use shooting shots in different senses. When a dude want to get at a woman, what do he say? Shoot your shot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. He shot his shot at that chance, that possibility that he could get exactly what he wanted. And what did it cost for him to realize he would have to need to achieve that? Patience. You know what I'm saying? That's all it took. And Kawhi, real patient dude, man.
Exactly.
He's super patient, man. But anyway, so we can get a couple more scriptures. We close out. Lord willing, this is edifying. But let's get this real quick. 1 Corinthians, Lord willing, that be one of those 5% that hold on for like an hour. You know what I'm saying? On the phone. Yeah. Lord willing. But it's this is a good point too. It says 1 Corinthians 7 and 17, but as God hath distributed to every man, as the Lord hath called everyone, so let him walk. And so I ordain. As a matter of fact, nope, this is what I want. 1 Corinthians 7 and 20. let every man abide in the same calling where he was called. So you just got to stick at it with the lot that the Lord shows you for you. You know what I'm saying? That's the calling you was called in. You just have to have patience to see that works, and that is going to help win the championship. Could you imagine if Shaq wanted to play point guard? There's no Shaq and Kobe. There's no Penny and Shaq. None of that. Hell, there's no Shaq and Wade.
Exactly.
You know?
There's no Shaq. Shaq would have been a totally different player, you know?
Yeah, ain't no Shaq, bro.
Right. Like you put it that way, like Shaq had horrible field goal percentages. Even as Shaq, you know? The Shaq that you know.
This is 1 Corinthians 7 and 35, and this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that's you ultimately going on to be known as a good shooter, and us, aka being known as a good shooter in this truth, will be men that are efficient at serving the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Honorable servants of the Lord in the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. You know what I'm saying? And it says, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, being in this truth, and increasing in it, it takes for you to have laser sharp focus, man. No distractions, nothing. So you can able to gain certain insights and see what you need to do to be a part of that house, that remnant that's gonna rack stronger and it's like how some dudes they got hurt. Those dudes probably had the same exact injury as Kawhi Leonard. And what was in his process? Time, a waiting process. He probably had no patience. Right. So he was distracted. Because when you're not patient, you're distracted. You know what I'm saying? For certain reasons. And what ended up happening to that guy? He ended up not healing, falling out the league. You know, how many dudes can come back from what Paul George focused in on and bounce back from? You know? So what he was doing was working. All you need to do is see your shot go in, man. What you attempting to do, you just need to see it work. And once you start to see what you've been putting work in on that you believe can possibly work, once you see it start to work the first time, the second time, the third time, it's going to open up to you. Your faith is going to boost. And before you know it, you're going to become like Steph Curry. He started having more faith, more confidence, and he got hot. Let's get that real quick. Revelation 3 and 7, what's it called? He ended up getting hot, man. He ended up getting a green light from the coach. You know what I'm saying? From Steve Kerr. You know, Steve Kerr told him what? You got the green light. Players on his team was like, yo, we need to get this guy the ball. Before you know it, he's shooting with confidence from half court. He ended up breaking all type of legends records. They went on to win championships. He got the job done. In his lot and in the overall goal, which is to win the championship in the league. So your goal as a servant of the Lord individually is to play your lot out to the best of your ability and to please the Father, man. So that can also be added in to achieving the overall objective, which is our nation being put back on top, those chariots coming, and brothers in this truth that's sincere, being able to see your light, want to do what they need to do alongside what you need to do, so that can happen. You know? That's all, man. So, go ahead, brother, Slocky.
This is 2 Timothy 2 and 8. It says, actually I'm going to start at 6. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
That's right. Where you at, brother?
2 Timothy 4 and 7.
That's hot, brother. Oh, go ahead.
Hence, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord Yahweh, The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing.
See that, man? So we just need that patience, and you just need to see what you're doing is working. Coming in, being in season, out of season, hitting the highways and byways, reading the scriptures, fasting, praying, you know what I'm saying? Loving the brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? Loving your brother as yourself, you know what I'm saying? Being sincere, increasing in the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And then eventually you have the Lord show us what we're doing is working. Last night, brother seen Fleet of Chariots, the elder seen a fleet of chariots in New York. Here, Chicago, brother seen a bunch of chariots. We seen a blood moon, a pure red blood moon, man. Pure, unannounced. Esau did not know about it. And me and the brother was up to like 4 in the morning outside. We was chariots flying everywhere, man.
Everywhere, man.
So by the Spirit, that jumped on me today, and I was like, man, if I increase and get hot, which I'm supposed to, the Lord gonna have to increase on me. What I have in the Lord is gonna have to increase.
I got it.
You got something? Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6. I have planted, Apollos watered, but the Most High gave the increase.
Team effort. Each man playing their part.
I'm gonna keep it moving.
And then what? Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. You can expound because it's.
Well, no, you go ahead because if it's a real point, it should be there.
So then, neither is he that planted anything, neither he that watereth, but the Most High that giveth the increase.
Well, that we can really stop on the last scripture, because that is the rules of brother faith. Like, yeah, it does come down to the Lord once he, but it's like when that's like the equivalent of thinking the rim decides if your shot goes in. But it could be, because it could be a trick shot. But I just want to edify on that real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Just bring it all together, the last verse.
Because sometimes you could jump over scriptures just to make sure your points stay clear. Because, you know, you got to be careful with that. But go ahead, brother, go ahead.
This on 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 8. Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one, and every man shall receive his own reward